It's a really good piece of util, so I can't hate on the deadlock, but I would have liked to see him ice for sure.
Thanks so much, Ethos. Well, I'm gonna love to see the result of this map, no matter what. Are we gonna get, I think, the biggest upset in the offseason of Plug beating 100 Thieves, or will 100 Thieves find back that
Plug on defense,
peak
100 Thieves on
form
attack. Last map, no
expected
matter
them to
what.
be at,
Single
especially
limb.
with this great new addition of Xander.
Yeah, and now again, this composition that comes out is nothing
It's a
new as well
trace
on the
pistol.
side here of Trust and Plug. So 100 Thieves should be ready for this one, but it's going to be very interesting for sure. They keep almost everything the same, but 400 Thieves, except EU playing a fade this time around. And they're starting things off with a very, very slow round. I mean, there's been so many times
Yeah,
where
on the
Trust and Plug
attack
have been
default,
quite
we
aggressive
throw
at the
the
beginning of these rounds, so
smoke
they are
deep.
trying to play for
That's
flash
nice.
info and using that to
Flash
even just
oh
answer
no,
Asa
that's
and wait.
it's nice to get
Okay,
info,
so I don't
but
know how long they're gonna wait after this, but they gotta find some
Dude,
way to add more
Asanas-
tempo into this A
is
site
he really
so
gonna
that
wait this
Asa
whole
gets the
time?
best
To,
value
I mean,
inside
they
of this
surely
TV.
need him for this hit. Maybe
Still
not.
think you're missing out not having the boom buy. I think everyone still runs a lot of Rays here.
Junus as well with the
sticks
prime.
to
Thank
what
you for the
has
17
worked for
months. Thank you,
them
thank
and the
you.
style they've been playing throughout the series, very fast and loose with Asuna, but the loss of the boom bot to clear these corners to get into U-Call could just be that extra layer of
Get to the
trouble
50-second
for
mark.
100
This is when you
Thieves.
want to start getting proactive on the sides,
This will be
and
Xander
Teak
going
does that.
forward. Not really
He goes
needing
through the
help of
Viper smoke,
util.
goes fast
got-
behind. They
just
get the
got friends, just
fast
got backup.
4-person stack here as
Going to
well.
the back of this site,
Reach
Monty,
grab.
that's
Oh,
the man
dude,
you
did it
were
hit both?
worried
No, this
about.
one.
Xander manages to get into safety and dodge the nade thrown by Jerwin, and Muncie up close and personal against
Yeah, and the
Cryo.
Sky flanked it
And Plug
good.
can now wrap
And
their
this is a nice
way
pistol
around
from Plug.
100
So in terms of
Thieves
what did they
and
do
dismantle
really
them one
well,
by one.
teams group
I
at 50,
like the
55,
idea, again, of
45,
keeping
right?
Asa
And
inside
anywhere
of
around
TP,
here, they
but
went
with them
proactive at
pivoting
pretty
and
much
templing up
55,
towards the A
50.
site and saying, hey, wait,
And
we
then
gotta be careful
4-person
about this
flood
fight,
here.
right?
The
But nobody's calling,
grav
nobody's
net into the
watching,
nade
and
was
they
pretty
do
good, and then they
create
took the
a
space
ruckus here.
after.
100
You
Thieves
see them
trying to
talking
play
about
a
it now?
pulse plan,
The grav
after
net
they
naded
got that
here.
into the site. So Plug, Trust and
Bad.
Plug continuing to be very, very good, and how that deadlock could be so annoying. At least the idea of it, right? Because Monty was trying to throw that wall. She missed it, but it's going to be very good here for these retakes that Plug is going to be doing for the side of the defense. So now 100 Thieves, I mean, this is going to be all right. Full classic, nothing else in terms of weaponry, not even
All
armor. So they can just
eco
try to
for 100 Thieves as
maximize
well,
here the
so
plant that they had on the first
good
round.
chance for Plug to get some
Just maybe
orcs
try
up.
to go
Got to
for
start
objective
looking at this
control.
one for the orc for
Add the
sure.
pressure, trying to push players back, get some more controls, trying to control it here for EU. And still
Just
trying to
hoping
get
to
it.
slow down, 100 Thieves. 100 Thieves just were aggressive off of showers and got Plug's attention. Now we'll be up to Teague if he's
Gotta
going to
wait out the wall here. I'm
Use a
ready.
flash to get
Dude, it would
info. Right
take
now it's just Jiggle Peak
Boostio
trying
so long to
save
break
as
this with a classic.
much of these resources as possible.
Trying to get the fault line. They're just going to try to smother Teague if he can. Or if they can, rather, here for
They
100
wall
Thieves.
breaks.
So
And
Boostio's trying
then
to
we're
get
just
the
going
line
to fake
maximize
Prowler
that
towards
space
short.
So they can get the best value
Oh.
off the stun. You made it out. You can't
Not
store
too
him
bad.
up. Though,
Stun
unfortunately, you
towards
couldn't get that timing
long.
from Asuna. So
Reach
you're
damage
managing to
on
escape,
top.
and you actually forced even the aftershock against
With the
100
wall
Thieves,
going
so
up the
you'll take it on your
3-person
side
stack
for
here though,
Plug.
so
Teague
Could be
managed to
so,
keep the
so
flash,
fine.
but now the outlaw is insane. Ooh, Asuna slips by and grabs that. Now they can teleport out, go through showers. Who's waiting for them is Bao. And this is gonna be a tough road ahead of 100 Thieves, but man, at least Bao's
they
shaking
get
up.
a
They're gonna
bump,
try
though.
and wrap around U-Haul, and 100 Thieves gotta set their sights on so many entries, and they're doing a good job on the post plan, but there's still a man down, and there's a judge lurking around and up close and personal. Motzi could do some serious work, but not if they don't watch their backs. Asuna gets through U-Haul, and with the
This is a nice repositioning. Thought they might swing a little bit heavier into him. There's not too much he could do.
The cryo can hit
They
the classic
did
kill at
good
that
damage.
distance was
Let's be honest, they
kinda
did
crazy.
good damage on
But some
that
great
eco.
damage
On
being
the
done
rebuy
on the side of
guns.
100 Thieves. Again,
This
full
is still
classic,
pretty
nothing else
fine.
that was being purchased. They actually managed to drop 3 weapons, get a second plant too. So you're now having what 2,400 plus a 600.
Yeah,
so
this is
3K,
going to get a little
very,
bit scary. They know the
good buy
outlaws in
gonna
place.
have
They can buy
going
heavy
into
armors.
this, bonus round that Trust and Plug's going to bring through.
Spike planted.
Which should
Deadlock's
be
one
neutered on
away
their
from
side.
ult, right? So
But look good out here.
They
on
could
the
try
clock,
go
just
heavy
stay alive
for
just to make
orbs,
sure
or
that
at least
Asuna
one
can
orb.
bring in and get that backstab kill. So look at the bonus that you have. I mean, it's an outlaw, but those double plants is perfect enough here for 100 Thieves once again to go for full shields. And last time I said that, though, Jurin still got a 3K that run, right?
Yeah. Also,
luck.
Gerwin
Smoke towards
just
short.
looking for full
4-person
vision on
starts
A-main,
here.
but
We have a bit of pressure. We had
Viper Wall's gonna be an
showers, eye,
issue.
and then
It's
we
not
had
up
smoke
right
go here as
now.
well. So a bit of pressure into
These have left
group
the spike
B
behind,
here.
and Teague
We have the wall down
two
here, and
flashes
obviously
and
they're
a
going to hold
dog, so
this
hasn't
full for a
physically
little bit.
throw anything too early
As soon as
around,
this
just
pressure goes in, you might see
jiggle
free
peeks
plus and
and
rotate with
tries
the
to
wall
use the
here.
flash for delay, and has been able to get into safety just like Teague does
Nothing.
again.
Okay, they're not in for it.
He's
100
solo,
Thieves
though.
just encroaching though, yeah.
Not
All the
best.
deadlock util has been over on the A side. Usually there's been a Sonic left in Hookah, but not this time.
That's why we're gonna call the
Outlaw
tempo after,
into
especially once he's
headshot
spotted
from
by
the
dog.
ghost.
So Teague's gonna fall back.
Yeah,
because they had
they
player
get a free
advantage.
sight for it though,
Now it's
but
just gonna try to
honestly it's
delay,
looking
kind of a
alright.
full retake play now for Trust and Plug.
1, 2, crossfire set up for 100 Thieves. Still
Yeah,
no
took a bit
plant,
of
by
time
the
for
way.
100 Thieves to get into the site, but Cryo has the cutoff.
nice.
Just rating them like a book, and that stabilizes things for 100 Thieves. And even gonna invest the overdrive into this, and just spraying through the smoke, just full paranoid. But now Plug can only come from one place. And
Okay,
it's at the
it was nice to hand it
backside,
from 100 Thieves of what was going on.
make quick work of that round.
1,
That's
2,
just very
3
good for
armory
100
buys, 1
Thieves to
gun
just
rebuy.
slow
Actually
the
worked out
clock
right
down as
for
soon as
them.
they went for the execution.
Not crazy
Double
expensive.
smokes, 20 or triple smokes.
He
double,
ulted here.
20
Yeah, they
second
had to
smokes
get
right
back
for Brimstone
sight.
before
Like
it
this
actually
smoke
fades.
owned them,
So you're
right? The
creating
flood
that
smoke.
ruckus, you're creating
They
diversion,
didn't know if
even
like
Flash
they
gets
had pushed
contact
back
from
a
T,
sight
but 100
up
Thieves are
the
still
tube,
holding
or if
their
someone
ground
was
to make sure
inside
that
the
they
smoke
have the
itself,
perfect
so they had to
crossfire
try
and
get back
trades
sight
right into the
control.
players teleporting.
And then there was
So Trust
like
and Plug was a little bit too antsy going through.
1
and they got
here,
fully
3 on
punished, and
sight. So it was
then
only
you
3, and
allow
there could have been
yourself to
4
play,
people
like,
trying
what,
to
a
flood
5
in.
versus 2, and even a 5
was
versus 3
well.
if you go for a plant inside the B side. So again, just too antsy there, and that's the experience of 100
It's
Thieves
a nice change up
versus
from Plug. They realized that the
overconfidence
fade
of 100
eye
Thieves.
got free
Trust and
info
Plug.
over towards showers last
And
round.
you're almost confident
They
after
want
you
to actually
dodge
shoot
the
it this time.
fault line if you're 100 Thieves to
Oh,
take advantage of that
Oh.
window or that sense of security. 100 Thieves are still not afraid to just dial things back. And look, Austin
damn.
stayed in showers.
Stunned, we got that kill.
got
It's
a
giant.
trade.
And then the big kill over towards B,
And it's an
Xander one as well.
offensive advantage with B
Just
control, Spike
33
heading
HP.
over. See if Plug take the teleport, just wrap around back.
Probably don't want to at this point. The economy's pretty much broken. They're low on HP. They don't have the best weapons or utility to retake, with the exception of maybe the Viper Wall that's going to isolate 2
Deadlock,
spots,
yeah,
so they could
Deadlock
potentially
was
get
just trying to do a
2v1.
1-for-1.
Again, Xander in the back of the site.
Still gonna try for the retake. Wrapping around through elbow. They're taking their sweet time as Gerwin waiting out the smoke. You're gonna die of old age, so might as well go in as a squad buddy system.
Yeah, Xander hits them both.
Okay, first
Xander.
corner, but they walk past someone in the box. Xander is
Yeah, really
just
nice.
so
Xander played it very well in the
stealthy.
fight
Kinda
for
blends in
HB.
with the black of the
Holding
blocks,
smoke,
but hey,
whole
we got
time
2-2.
smoke's about to go
That's
away.
the only spot they really had to
Repositions.
check when they went towards that back of the site, realizing that they were not getting pressured from window. They're not getting pressured on the top 10. That eventually, potentially just 100 Thieves are trying to play the lineup here that Cryocells just did. But at the same time, you got to be ready for somebody still lurking for a forward position. And that was a slight mistake here, especially after
Plug
again,
a team
they
you
lost
should
so many
know.
players in the process
It's
before
just
they tried to go
it's
for
a
the
mixed
retake.
team
And
of
good on those
ranked
2 players.
demons,
I think it was
right?
Austin
From what I
and
can
E.
tell.
2 players in showers kept 4
Because
players.
everyone
of Plug
talks
out
about,
there.
well, everyone's been
Forced
talking
Teak
about
to
these
peek
two,
out to
this
get
guy, and
information
this
on
guy's
B
been
side and
good
get
as
punished
well.
for it. And now
But it's
Trust
only
and
really
Plug, they
Teak that
want
maybe
to
people haven't spoken about in chat yet.
tempo up a little bit more. Gerwin going solo, but I mean, half of his body
Used
was
to be
already
3
taken
at the
out before he
Blinko.
actually went for the full peak.
Okay.
Easy kill for Xander. As this Chico round for
Who are the
Plug
2 ranked
is
demons?
not
These
gonna
2.
pan out, at least to start.
And these other 3
Shout out
with
to
the core.
Pansy in chat so far, just for coining the Chico round.
Right there.
And just for Xander to be, or for Mikey, no. Yeah, Xander to be watching that. There we go. We got
Going
the right one.
Bower. Okay.
You're just kind of expecting something crazy to be coming out of Plug, to be desperate to go for that, and 100 Thieves are gifted a kill, and
Yeah, it's
Just
hard for
trying to
100 Thieves
wait
because they
this
got to
out
come to
and
like
see
want to
what
kind of
intel
send it, but
comes
at the
out
same
of Plug
time,
and
this wall makes them have to
limit
play
the
slow.
resources they can have. Really, any site that 100 Thieves want, they're gonna get. But it's what's gonna stop them in terms of deadlock util. So he saw the net in B long, so you know Monty's gonna be around here, and Asuna
This
is
is
just kind of
Asuna's
playing
looking
free
pretty
range
nice.
over here. Meanwhile, 100 Thieves will get the objective done on the other side of the map.
Another simple, just wait out the clock. and
Sean
just wait
said
out on the,
Mikey
anti-util,
trialed
really.
for MXS.
Wall
I
being
can
thrown
see
down by
that is
Monsi.
good.
They waited for that to dissipate.
Definitely
or
worthy of
these players
trials.
to push out where Asuna gets free kills. Is just farming orbs pretty much at that point. Phantom against the Sheriffs. And you're gonna have a pretty clean pulse plant towards the end. For 100 Thieves, I don't know if you really want to try to push and
What's Sudden Chambers a Cypher replacement on some maps? Yeah, maybe new patch.
The orbital strike.
This patch doesn't make sense.
Lucio's making that call.
Nice shot.
Oh, he's farming. He wants to get in their heads.
Yeah, he wants his Rolling Thunder instead too.
Yeah, we got double good ults
Ace
as well now.
Flawless for 100 Thieves. 3 in a row for them too. And just being able to stay quiet, stay put, and full execute. Of course, the buy was definitely in their favor here. They got to just kind of wait and see what Plug were gonna do. Like, this is just holding angles and Plug pushing.
This is a good anti-eco. Kept everything real nice. Yeah. Farmed up. Didn't have to waste any money now as well. Like that helped them a lot really from where they're at.
So far, really nobody's trying to go for any aggressive control. I mean, look at Jerwin. He's just set up here at the spawn, so could fast rotate
kind of nice.
Potentially just try to delay with his paint shells and could brute force their way in here to fight back towards B.
Oh, he tried to hug the corner and the dog
Rachel
still
over
got
towards elbow.
Asuna,
Sky Flash owned
punish
Asuna.
yet. If anything, it just made
Dude, he
Asuna
tanked
angrier.
both Sky Flashes. He's still gonna get a kill.
But with all the smokes,
Oh, this is nice.
100
Tell you
Thieves
what,
are really
the Sky
split from
Flashes
each
here were
other, and
really
that's
good.
where Plug
Sky Flashes
conquered.
into
You talked
Brim
about that, the
smoke
split,
so
right?
they
And
can
that's
flood
just off
out.
the paint shells of Jerwin. So as he
Yeah,
went for the Rolling
this
Thunder on
this
Hunter
the
Thieves'
smoke that
side,
everyone's doing
one
is really
paint
nice
shell
at the
behind a
moment.
Viper Ball just kind of
So hard to deal with. Gives you a bit of safety here if they've done damage, like we can see hiding in it. It kind of funnels them over the top or around the side.
I think it was Busio. He has the
Gives you so many
showstopper
angles.
available, and there's just so much to flood back against just because of one piece of util from the Rays that really separated all of 100 Thieves to try to group up for an actual hit inside the site. But
Like I said,
this
though,
is
100
still
Thieves'
both
money's
cycles
like
that
really
continues on
good,
for
so
both
it's
of
going
these
to take a
teams.
couple
Now
of them.
Banbao has his, and for 100 Thieves, they have the Nightfall for a full site hit too. But they're continuing with the simple protocol of showers control from both Asuna and EU.
Yeah, might have a free orb here for Neon Ult if they need it.
Just making things difficult. Deadlock util all over this showers entry if 100 Thieves were to go there. And maybe they sense that Asuna has been kind of letting loose in there, but not fully diving in. He's gotten kills from just holding that corner, and that's been kind of the Asuna style of making it look like he's going to be aggressive, making it look like he's left, and then Plug walk in, and it's Asuna that gets the last laugh. Now we got a minute left on the clock, and the spike just got picked up. And Teague is still jiggle picking at B, and that could be shutting down the lurk from Xander or giving Xander the signal to get into B.
Damn. Instant pressure with it.
This just keeps two players anchored up, and I love the trade
And
of
surely.
Xander's gonna try to go for a
Okay, I
play.
like
He
it.
gets his own orb up to try to sneak
Oh,
up.
this was cool. That was really cool. Wow, he played that well.
Good trade though, and
30 seconds left.
Plug have their attention pulled to B main. 100 Thieves still haven't pulled the trigger. It's now the Nightfall. It doesn't hit Monty.
The
He's
great
gotta at
breach
least call
flash.
where everyone's coming from. And
Deeper
Asuna's on the
smokes,
hunt.
breach flash goes in, Brim
No
ult means
kills
it's going to
out
be
of
hard to
100
plant.
Thieves,
Everyone
and
else is going to
Orbital
absolutely
straight from
send it in.
defense to prevent the
Dude,
plant.
honestly,
12
Asuna needs to
seconds left,
W
and
key to
100
back a
Thieves
site.
are just only starting to find
3-8
out footing.
Gravnet.
Thanks to
3-8
Asuna.
Gravnet, was it,
They
or
can only
2?
do so much. The spike is down, but at what cost? Plug have already infiltrated. 2v1 on the retake. Bao is
Sticking it.
Yeah, just stuck it.
some
Dude,
damage.
the Gravnet
And
was
at the end,
awesome,
it's still
huh?
Plug's retake that is successful.
Gravnet was so
Crowd's
good.
just a little
15
bit off
seconds
here
with
as
the
it is trying
plant,
to
and
spray through the box,
again, when they
but
need to
the
like
net
retake
just-
back of
again,
sight, and
the
Asuna needs
chaos
to
that
send
Plug
it,
has
he's
to
just stuck
retaliate off
crouched.
the orbital strike, and that's actually the demise of 100 Thieves, just waiting way too long before they went for the plant.
Yeah, they did have
So
to speed
realize
up here against
potentially that the orbital strike
Brim ult.
was available here for the defensive side, that they had to try to waste that out a little bit quicker. But so far they've been just doing the same default. Both teams are kind of just
The
reacting
Gravnet,
the
yeah, it
same
is a
way.
little,
The
it
double
is a little bit
pressure we have
overpowered.
towards Showers kind of like forces Teague to
But it's also
really try
like-
to jump out and jump spot to find info towards long B.
Something needs
So
to be
you're still trying
overpowered
to
in
pressure
this
that
kit.
spot. You're trying to keep players at bay over at that area.
It's not
You
like
get a
this is
nice
great.
opportunity
It's
to
not
get a
bad,
first
but it's
pick,
no-
not allowing
like the no
your
real
flash for
info.
Teague to get any value on a retakes for Plug. But because of that, you haven't wasted any util on that A side. And you already had like 3 more players already there with the extra util from the net and the orbital strike. It's so hard for you to just get
The
in good
deadlock? Yeah,
positions
the
right
deadlock
after,
is
and
good
everybody
against
really
Neon.
got caught off, spreading out like cockroaches outside of the orbital strike and getting picked off.
He got 2 Viper's pits too, where Xander was really trying his best over at B to kind of break things open or at least do damage, but that could still be a really strong post-plan option. If
yeah, I
Thieves
think
can
so,
get
Des.
settled, which 2 defensive rounds in a row for Plug. And they got Seekers, and Teague hasn't kind of had too much of a... I mean, he's doing his job of holding B long and staying alive, but if you could get early kills, that would just give Plug even a better edge.
What are we saying money-wise?
Not the
He's doing
time.
his
Yeah, they
job.
could still
I mean,
buy
they're
next
just
if
trying
they
to
lost
fight
this.
deep
You
pretty
would
much
just
at
take a
this
bit of a
point.
hit.
Fault line up, keeping my bay.
And this was a timeout to tell them to speed up.
And 100 Thieves just break through all of
They
it.
really want to speed up
Plug
because like
only get
before
away
they were
with
just waiting
one
for the
kill.
wall and then like respecting the
And that
wall,
means
wait for it to
100
disappear, and then
Thieves,
they could be
they
anywhere
don't
across
even
the map. Now
really
we're just
need
absolutely
to
sending it.
invest the pit. You could just plant. Boombot will be shot down, and you got Brim Smoke set up, so 100 Thieves should be confident.
Even Prowler spawned.
Asuna did good to get one, did incredible to get one.
Pushing out close towards the elbow for the retake, so yeah, in a great spot.
But, like,
Great
everyone
little
was
smoke
stunned,
too.
right?
Molly's, you're not retaking this for Trust and Plug. Now you're just gonna play.
I think the
off
guy he
swinger.
got was stunned, but I
EU's
think
gonna wait for
he
the
ended up
contact.
getting
I was gonna
stunned
say
as
a
well.
Contact from Boostio, but a second smoke coming down after the pulse plant. That confirms here the player is falling back, and 100 Thieves to get the round. So a nice little change coming out from 100 Thieves after the timeout. Just pushing forward, getting these picks, and just brute forcing their way against 1 or 2 players. I mean, Boostio confirmed it a few times ago. Xander confirmed it the last round. So they did a great job just to isolate out of that timeout that one single fight to at least guarantee this 4th round. So as the spike goes out, we're waiting for the next round.
I have to get Pams. Yeah, I
Take a
had to
moment
get
once again
Pams.
to give a huge thanks to Jesus, ROG,
I might be able to
and Intel
ask
Gaming
for
for
someone
putting
though
this on.
who's trying to
Forward
get
the money,
permission.
lots to give away. Spam your RAZE into twitch.tv/SOAR chat and make sure that you stay in the chat too, because we're not announcing a winner here as casters. We're just yapping
This is what everyone
about
just
the
types
game.
me.
If you want to know if you
Yeah.
won the graphics card after the series, you have to stay in the sword chat because the admins will DM you, will whisper you on Twitter, on Twitch, to be able to claim your prize, which is the 3060
all right.
graphics card from Asus. Now, pistol round underway. And it's 100 Thieves here
What's
with
up, Bacan? What's going on?
an overdrive and pit available. You mentioned it here at Lemon Kiwi. They didn't have to invest it the last time they executed
So
into
much
the site because
Valorant.
they just
Is there
did a
other
great
maps
job fighting back
rewatching?
in that spot in the beginning.
We haven't
Now
really
they're going
seen
back
too
to the
much, to
tried
be
and
honest
true
speaking. We're
of
kind
just
of 2
defaulting
maps deep.
without that same pressure into showers. They're still leveraging Austin on the left side.
There was
of
one
the
round
Yeah, and
that
Plug doesn't
I
have to
didn't
be too
know
proactive.
existed
I mean, they kind of lost the round
camera-wise,
based on Monty
Bacon.
and Teague just when they
on
had that crossfire set up in
Haven.
Garden. It couldn't do more, but it was
Second
also
pistol
5
round,
of 100 Thieves running
I
it down.
think.
So it's I don't blame them. But maybe just going back to Teague playing his life at B, being able to
Nidavellir with the
escape
prime. Thank you with the 11 months.
a fault line
Thank you
or
for doing that,
anything.
dude. Appreciate
and
it.
Go to punish Teague, and he hasn't seen any action at B main. If anything, 100 Thieves, they're trying showers, and that's usually been Austin's
Honestly,
little
Bacon, you might know
playground,
about it
but
though.
with the Sonic in the way, how much is this going to limit 100 Thieves on the entry? You got Jerwin who could just throw a nade in there if they get netted by Monty. So 100 Thieves have to get around this pit literally, and
Whoa.
as soon as Plug emerge, they surprise 100 Thieves and cut 2
Now what?
down. It's Cryo, Xander, and EU working together, and Xander can't even get a pit
That's a
going. They
lot of
have
people surviving
no
for
space at all
money
to
being
work
so
with.
low.
And this is where you realize
putting up
that
a
the
pretty good
composition,
score here.
The weakness that you have against
This is, if you're 100 Thieves, you got to be a little bit scared right now.
Like a sweater.
It's
Like I
good.
said, usually when you have a raise, you could actually throw like your
Viper held that
Prowlers
down.
and your
Yeah,
Fade inside
this
and
is
Satchel
this whole
above,
setup
you
is so
just narrow the
strong.
gap
I
and
was
try to
talking
take your
about this.
Viper down as she's
Can't remember
trying
who
to
was in the
exit
call when I
towards
was
the
talking
back
about
view
this.
wall.
But,
But
like, when
because
you
you're
have the
playing
ult
Neon,
hit
you
here
actually
with the
have to
smoke
go
with the
through.
wall,
You're actually getting decayed
the
down
nightmare's
low
play
HP,
against.
and when you slide out, you don't have
It was
information
Bonker,
on
I
what's
think.
above the pit or behind.
He said
the
he had
pit.
an-
So
he said
by
he had an
having,
anti, though.
Jerwin on the top of the box and Mikey towards the back, there's just too much of a crossfire for 100 Thieves to get the best value to fight back against that ult.
I like this
And
change up.
Trust and
Honestly,
Plug
I like their B
continue to
long
have
hold.
An okay round so far. I gotta
Where
say,
they
it's
do a
5-4.
deeper
It's
smoke, and
it's
then
a
if you
close
try
game
force
in
through the
this
deeper
first
smoke,
half
you
so
got
far. They should be finding
Whoa.
a lot of good value on the defensive side, and it won't.
It
this
doesn't
time
really
around.
matter now.
How does
The
that
sense
How
is
did
dead,
Monty
but-
catch the smoke?
Yeah.
Like, I
Yeah.
thought Teague was going to be the one who caught that after
Monty's
the jiggle
gonna
piece.
uninstall after that kill.
See, I'm always that guy who gets shot in the very... I'll have all my teammates in front of me, and I'm the one who gets headshot in the back. So that Monty is not going to be alive and well to delay this. So 100 Thieves got what
Adai
they
goes over
wanted.
towards
Finally
showers.
getting a punish
Pressure
on these
created, pushing up
jiggle
short.
peaks, and
A little bit disattached.
now 100
But
Thieves
they're gonna
Still look towards. They got eyes on heaven, sort of the back sight, no control of U-Haul.
This is nice from Plug. They need to get some info. Honestly, with this, they should just double push.
It's just Bao on the site.
Exactly. The more that they wait here, I mean, Bao still has a molly. He could delay for a bit. So he's the one that's throwing these smokes.
I mean, they could
He wants
delay
to go
for a little bit for sure.
Molly,
They
you
got
probably
deep
still have
smokes.
paint
No one's
shells.
taken
You could
back
cycle
a
this
sight yet.
across and try to hide inside that smoke. Good on them to keep Mikey inside this B site.
Viper Molly cross map was pretty cool.
Still
Yeah,
sucking.
Bao just has to watch
it's
the
a shame.
U-Haul
They had to
flank, and then you relied on your teammate to watch the offensive half, and Plug coordinate that very well. They got all the kills they needed. It's just Xander and EU, but you have the edge of the pit. Xander has to preserve his life. The spike just on the outside. He could still be defused on the outside as Xander.
Holy hell, how?
With 2,
How?
and at 1 HP to spare. Plug at the retake.
My gosh, I thought at some point they're going to try to go for some sort of combination with the Viper Molly to try to go for double damage, because that Viper Molly came all the way from
Were
the
they trying to
site.
prioritize
And now with the Viper
getting
plant,
into
instead
showers,
just
or were they trying to
let
prioritize shooting back a
Krausos go for
site?
the plant and had other utils to fight around that pit, and they just isolated every single one of the.
That's why.
It's an overcommitment that you saw here from Asta and Cryo off this replay. The wide swings coming through from Triple. All of the players pretty much at that point where you can't really focus on the pit. The only other areas to cover is where you can actually see, and 100 Thieves just
Yeah,
kind of
it's
slowed
weird
into
because
the
it's like
crossover
they tried
points
to
of the
focus
Blood.
this, but honestly,
unfortunate for
and I
that
guess they're
round
trying to
for Pulse
not let them
Viper
have too
Teams.
much space,
That could
but
have been much more different here
like these
if
two
they just
positions
let,
should
their
kind of be
opponents run
priority
towards
when you
them.
got 2 in the. Oh, already.
Yeah, Plug don't really have to push the
It's
issue.
been nice
They
from
just hold the
the
site, wait
sky
for
as well.
100
Like
Thieves to come to
Teak's
them,
doing
and
pretty
it's
good on this map so far. Flash goes over
worked
towards
out
long,
in Plug's
spots
favor
enough, and they
more
can
than
keep 3
not.
strong here.
So overextending has
Asuna full armor
only
with his
hurt them,
ult.
but hey, trying to
scary.
switch things up is how you keep 100 Thieves on their toes, and Xander's no longer on his toes.
They're the
First
bugging.
blood, annihilation being pulled, knowing 100 Thieves could be coming through A short, A main.
Gonna hit him.
Someone's eventually going to be the victim of this, right?
Close.
No.
He just got around the corner.
Now 100 Thieves are at
All
a
goes in as
3
well.
versus
Dude, are
5
they only gonna get
deficit
4 rounds on
with
attack?
an overdrive from Asuna available. They're still believing in this. He could be just stopped by the sonic sensors. He just wants to go crazy here. They're trying to go above on the box. He's shooting through the box and trades with Bao. All these trades are only favoring the defense who have the numbers, but now only up by 1. Showstopper. Good dodge by Boostio, but as he readjusts, it's Plug that extend their lead even more.
You forced up the showstopper at least, but for your last round, it's not going to be the best econ for yourself. But I don't think they're really out of this yet, not because I'm trying to glaze 100 Thieves here, but with the composition that they had so far and what they brought in terms of value with this comp on the defensive side was how much value they're able to get out of.
It's
the
a pretty
Fade and the
easy
Brimstone
call on
off
this.
the
Full
walls, out of
send,
the
full send with the
information
breach
you're
or
able to get out
neon
of Fade
ult,
as
then you
well.
get Fade
And now
ult.
you're adding extra, even double stuns off a breach and a neon.
Plug get 3
to play
people
the
over
retake.
towards
So
site.
we'll
Dude,
have
they're
to see how
gonna
that's gonna,
double. Dude, honestly, if they
unravel
double
here
up
on the
Hookah this round,
defensive
that'd be
side, but you're
incredible.
definitely seeing
They're actually
a
gonna double
very
up Hookah. Wait,
strong defensive hold from Trust
this
and
team
Plug at
unreal.
the very beginning
Oh,
of this
okay.
first half. And this is the first time they're actually seeing a lead finish at the half
Wow.
here for Plug.
Flash.
Ooh, Judge versus
It's unlucky.
two,
It's such a
okay.
good idea by them though.
Asuna taking
Look, the
out
idea is
the
so right
ult
against
in kinda
what's going
panic
on.
Mode, and Mikey's on top of the box. Manages to get up there, and who expects 2 to be in Hookah when Plug have been holding B long this whole time, but the Rolling Thunder
Big
ensues
Joel on
from
short.
Boostio as
Oh my
100
god, they got
Thieves
8
wanted
rounds.
to make the most, but the rifles from Plug at a distance cut 100 Thieves down at the heel. Nightfall from EU. Last round of the half. Throw everything you can at Plug's defense, which has felt very impenetrable, at least on the A side. And 100 Thieves trade out, leaving Boostio with a Bucky in a 1v3. And if you could bring the fight towards U-Haul, that would
Damn,
be
nicely played.
ideal, but
This doubled
he
up
gets
in
shut
Hookah
down.
was
Better
awesome.
teamwork out of Plug with an 8-4 start.
100 Thieves got to
6-6
win
on
pistol.
The first map of Haven. 7-5 400 Thieves on Sunset, and now it's 8-4 for Trust and Plug on Bind. Again, where this should have been a map that was pretty much predefined by 100 Thieves with what they brought in as a meta and the way that Bind should have been played. But ever since you've seen a little bit of Deadlock coming out and a Neon meta here that continues in patch 9.09, there's been different approaches going into Bind. And so far, it's been
Breach
looking
on Bind?
pretty good
Yeah,
for Trust and Plug on their
I've
defensive
never
side.
liked it.
I'd be mad for Asuna there. That overdrive.
I feel like
on
100
the
Thieves are
replay
really
looks like it
happy
hit
that the Neon's getting
Mikey.
nerfed.
It makes sense because you go for the overdrive, you could still double slide.
Doesn't
You're trying to break
doesn't seem to
angles, like,
super
as you're
suit
sliding
them
across,
really.
and
Like they're
just
definitely trying
unfortunately,
comps
you're
to
not able
enable
get
the
those
Neon
hits
pretty
with
heavy,
the,
but
with the lightning right onto your opponent. So a nice little shot that came through in the end from Mikey.
when you kind of look at all the
Just
other teams doing the
somehow
Neon
get the
stuff,
lucky Phantom
oh, I feel a lot better about the other
spray to get the
teams.
kill.
Plug won the last pistol too, in pretty decisive fashion. See how they can leverage Teague's flashes brought into this round.
There.
The spike left behind, and it's about, well, creating the best offensive option and seeing if 100 Thieves, how they're gonna react to the dog. You get shots, how close are they? Kind of sensing multiple shots, one of them in garden, and as Plug creeped up, Austin is gonna keep them in check.
Nice
No
heal
kills
though.
yet.
Okay, good info. Does the rotate get here in time? Probably should
He's gonna
because
play
it's a
very
Neon.
similar here to the deadlock wall. He's trying to hold the C's here to try to delay.
40
So far for Tristan
seconds.
Plug,
40
again,
seconds.
just
My
manipulating the
Spike's
map
still
every single
here.
time. Spike is still down towards
Flash.
the spawn to even give a little
We
bit
flash
of audio
in,
by
we create
flashing inside
pressure.
hookah, paint shelling towards that
Trying to
B
make
side,
sure that
forces
there's
the
3 on
rotate
B
from
site.
Asuna towards
Yeah,
B.
they're not buying it at all.
Poison orb emitting.
Sleepy Bear,
Even if Asuna is
54 with the
rotating back, I don't
Prime.
know if
Thank
they
you so
have
much
the
for the
right
9 months.
positions
Thank you,
unless
thank
they
you.
hide inside the smoke, which is
Stealth
what EU
Season's been
is.
delivering. Yeah, I mean that's safe to say.
EU is in the smoke right next to the planter, and just wanted to stay as hidden as possible and didn't know what to do. And
Kind of got
Plug
caught in
already
2
pushing
mines
in
here as
5
well.
versus 3 when it came to the initial
Holy
side
hell, they won
hold, and
pistol.
because of this barrier, you keep the
Oh
defense.
my.
Okay, they're in
Just
trouble.
trapped.
Did
And
E
Plug
there
holds
as well
him
had
down.
Fade
And
Eye,
that's
but
what
it's
we're
like he
talking
wanted
about,
to be on the other
strength
side
here
of the
that
Fade Eye, but then
Deadlock
had
has
no
on
map
the attack
control, so
side.
didn't know
Just
if they
walking off the
could
rotate from the
leave
spawn,
the
something that he could have
smoke or
done with
not.
a Vice, for example, from Monsi in the past too. But just going back to the tried and true of what I'm assuming it was what Turtle Troop was doing, or no, Dobros was doing here in the past when they brought the deadlock on this
Yeah,
map.
it's weird on this
Works
map when
out
you're kind
well.
of
They even
looking at
flashed
the
across. I love
Neon.
that he even planted the spike
Because you gotta
outside
like
of the
send
radius
it a
of the
bit more
smoke
than 100
so
Thieves
that
are
EU
doing.
cannot get the best value of creeping up
But on
inside to get the
defense,
pick.
you lose so much like
Now
stopping
Trusted
power,
Plug, I mean, this
especially
is,
with like the plant.
This is unheard of. I would not expect here to talk about Trustin Plug playing an anti-eco and potentially winning the series against 100 Thieves, who were the kings of Bind in 2024.
I still respect the heck out of 100 Thieves to like be invited to this tournament, to show up, to give a chance for Xander to get
Yeah.
some serious play time, and to give fans a first look
Okay,
of
this
what
will give
100
them a lot
Thieves
of
have in
belief.
store for the season. But this is just the first chapter to 100 Thieves, no matter the result.
Who do
of
they
this.
lose? Raze?
Exciting things are ahead, especially with a player as good as
They
Xander
didn't
on their
clear
team.
back
But
a
for now,
site.
Plug have a 5
Well, the breach
round
could
lead,
own this.
and first blood,
Whoa.
or no, second blood, I should
Okay.
say. But Motzi is
Goes
going
good.
for all the blood.
Nice.
100 Thieves trying to escape with 2 classics.
believe the dog
one
didn't clear back
sheriff, one
sight.
sheriff down. Bustio, the captain, falls. It's Xander and EU.
Honestly,
in
maybe the comms
heaven,
came
but
in and the
they've
dog
been
didn't
sussed
clear it.
out, and Mikey's already
That's
putting
why he checked
suppressing
it.
fire there.
Dude, Deadlock
It's just a
comp getting
matter of
over
time.
towards site.
Yep,
It's
just
done.
leveraging the wall to try to be as safe as possible to die from the radius. You can't really let
The dog
Trusted
here,
Plug
yeah.
start snowballing with
It's
these
similar.
ults.
It's similar to like
Monty and
the
Mikey
one we
already
go
getting
here,
close, if
right?
not
Bacon.
in the next round.
It's
potentially
same
even
thought
halfway
process.
with the way
You
that
just
things
leave
have
all
been
of
going
this.
here
You
for
know that
Trusted
everyone
Plug.
heavy
Put the
prioritizes
pistol onto the second one.
lamps
This one
because
was
you're gonna have
pretty
like a
clean,
shorty or
despite them
something.
losing to Austin on the first duel, the rest of the hit was actually quite good for Trusted Plug.
12T
I mean,
with the
that-
Prime.
that
Thank
again,
you so
as
much,
much as we were
dude.
talking about
Appreciate
that
the
this
10
is-
months.
This should be unheard of for Trustin Plug to have this much of a lead and such a fight against 100 Thieves. Remember, this was also a next Blinn core, that made waves. I mean, their team, I think they went through open qualifiers, if not even through Premier, as a second collegiate team in Challengers. And when they came through, they actually made some heads turn. They did a lot better than Winthrop did in Challengers, and were a couple of maps series away of making it to the Ascension playoffs, and potentially could have been ascended at that top. So when you're looking at the gap between what M80 has, so many people are saying, hey, M80 should have deserved to have a spot here.
Bro
for,
is
for
popping off, by
Americas.
the way.
And you have
17
teams
to
like Blinn
5.
That's making them run for those victories, making them fight for those victories. The gap between challengers and even at the tier 1, it might be a hot take, but it's not that far off.
Yeah, 100 Thieves are so good this past season. Even if they miss champions, they are still a top team and one to be
Some of the-
feared.
some
And
of the
Xander
attack
having a
defaults that
vocal
people are
player
doing
like
with
that on the
Deadlock have
squad
got-
to back up IGL,
They've got
I
pretty
don't know.
good.
I'm excited to see them. This is just Plug with the post plant util, like the deadlock we've already highlighted. And 100 Thieves not knowing how to shut this down. Plug are gonna be able to just get looks at the
Shot
site,
again.
but Boostio
Double entries for
locks it on
Boostio.
Jerwin's head, and it's first blood for 100 Thieves.
Dawn
A lot of
goes
rounds to
in.
make up for, but they did make Sunset
Oh,
close, even at a
Jesus.
deficit. And Asuna just jumps right into the heat of the action. Boostio spotted one already jumping through main. So now 100 Thieves have to be wary about U-Haul, and Monty just crosses through the smoke, and 100 Thieves just didn't expect it. Now you got the barrier on the other side from the deadlock. 100 Thieves are gonna have a
Okay,
hard
nice
time
shot to
getting
the
around
end
it, but they already had.
2 guns down in the bonus. You're alright with it.
T
Doing okay.
was missing a bit of flashes to help out those players for Trustin Plug to fight behind triple. A very nice pick from Monsi, but as he swung out and got that kill, he had zero visibility and zero information that there was actually 2 more players hiding behind triple. And when that happened and we're still executing towards that wall, yes, the pings came through right after to say, hey, wait, they could actually slip through the wall that I'm throwing. It was just a little bit too late. And you're still looking at players that have incredible aim, and they're still able to anchor it up. So nice little hold here for 100 Thieves towards the end. And again, I got to a point where I was talking about how
People were saying
Lynn's
that this
able to
guy
make
tried
very,
for
very competitive,
MXS.
but,
Who did they get
just
instead
before
in
we got
like
into the second half,
the
we were still
Sentinel
talking
role?
about how good this comp is for 100 Thieves still on the defensive side. So they still have a chance here to fight back, especially with a somewhat clean hold. I like to say like a semi-clean hold on the anti-bonus here that
Ganks?
Trustin Plug was bringing into that round. So there's still a chance here to fight back.
They have 5 rounds and
Sometimes you feel
finally
like tier 1
getting
teams are
100
easier
Thieves
to play
getting their
against than
first
some of the
one
tier
of
2
this
teams because they're more
half is
predictable. There was one
bodes
round that I
well.
put down to that Bacon. When they were like 1 away from an orb, and then
they
the
had already
100
taken
Thieves had like
timeout in
a
the
orb
first half,
punish,
and
and then they just like didn't even
them
try
one
and get the
round, but
Gecko ult.
it's been a tough road, but
Yeah,
you know,
100
this
Thieves
is an
are you could tell they were like
experimental
confused with
stage
what
for
was
100
going on.
Thieves, like,
Mood_FM with the prime.
yes,
Thank
it's
you
just
the
one
4
new
months.
player, and it's just
It
maybe
happens a
just
lot.
integrating him,
Yeah, I
but
can see
we
that.
don't know how
But I think
much he's
sometimes that
maybe helping in the
that
IGL
should also be learned by like
department, or how much
like tier
Boostio's
1 teams that
giving
maybe they
lead over
can
to
use the
him, or
pressure of
just
this to do something else.
What are the changes they're
I always
trying
talk
to look
about that,
for?
right? Where it's like
How much
one's 1 away from
preparation
here,
has gone into
everyone's
this?
fighting for the edges, but you could just like contact short.
5 more rounds. You gotta hope that 100
But I do
Thieves
agree with
came
you.
prepared with
But there was only
something
like 1
different.
round that was like super noticeable of it.
The look is the same though, right? They're still playing lots of double stall with this Neon and this Breach, and just crunch back towards the fight towards Shower. So the approach is slightly different on their defensive side. Usually you're seeing a lot of the fade pushing across, the raise, and you're double fighting inside Showers, but now it's a little bit more reactive where you're trying to push
Shot.
Asuna in. And EU unfortunately losing that duel to Jerwin. This is
Big opening.
really nothing that's bad in terms of either of these teams. It was just a nice little
Over
contact play,
rotate,
individual
like-
duel that Jerwin was able to win.
What do
but
we do here?
again, the idea to try to fight back towards Showers is there, and
The
the rest is just
re-push
trying to
of map
find
control is
some more
giant.
passive information,
and,
jump spotting, be on top boxes.
Honestly, as long as he just holds
Unfortunately,
this,
just
he might have
losing the
done
fight at the
enough.
beginning of this round.
Still
Oh,
clean shots from Jerwin after dropping that 30 bomb in the
Uh-oh.
last map, and
whoa! Timing's really
Raze
good.
versus Neon.
Really, really good.
Jerwin has to change things up, and he's just been locked in. This means so much to a team like Plug to upset a team in the VCTs.
Oh, the recovery's
but
incredible
Xander
from
with
him.
2 gives back the lead, or the numbers, I should say, to 100 Thieves.
Oh,
Now Boostio does his best to get on the flank, but 100 Thieves are not kind of connected together to get trades. They're split up, 2 at the top of the side, 2 coming from Hookah, and now splitting off into long. Plug
And they
have
had
the
a double.
spike, and they know exactly
Dude, is
where
he gonna
this is coming
solo win
from,
this round?
and
He's absolutely bailing him out.
Xander's going for the ace.
Enemy remaining.
Never mind.
Cryo, no
A
smoke.
pain
My
shell's
bad.
available. There's still a molly towards spawn that Cryo could
Yeah,
do,
this
but
molly might be
I mean,
giant.
right now, Jerwin doesn't know where Cryo is, and vice versa. So you're kind of just trying to walk up here and hoping that it works.
30.
Oh, Jerwin had the jump, and he couldn't get the kill.
Damn,
possible.
dude,
Oh,
Sanders
Cryo.
absolutely
Help
bailed
Xander
them out.
finish
Dude, it
off
was like
what he
twice as
started,
well.
And 100 Thieves hold
He
on.
really, he really bailed
I
them
know
out
at
twice.
first we're talking about the stats here
The
for
push
Xander's
here
for
got
Xander,
really
sorry,
good
in
timing, and
clutches.
then
So
got
far, I think
wrecked,
this
but
is not
then
defined
owned it.
as these clutches,
And
but
then
in
the
terms of
other
these
2 over towards
1v1s
here
and
die, and he
scenarios
still
that
gets
Cryo
double and
is
30
left as the
HP.
last man standing and is able to salvage this round, where exactly I agree with you, Lemon Kiwi, of how this looked uncoordinated. After Xander got that double kill, and that Boostio wants to push in alone towards Hookah without waiting for his teammates. If it's
the
not
inspect,
for Xander to get that double
the
kill right
comms
after
on the
the
swing
lineup
was off.
and Cryocells to actually win this 1v1.
Because they both
I mean,
like
this-
lined up a little
this
bit
would
down
potentially even
as
be
a
GG,
massive round for
pretty
Xander,
much
forced
there
him down
for
to an
100
an
Thieves for the
eco
rest
as
of this
well.
map.
Like if you're looking back
they
at,
definitely do need to be
like if Plug look back at where they
a
lost
little
this,
bit
if they do
cleaner here
lose this, that is the
on
round.
working with this buddy system that we know that
Because that is
really
just
good
so
at in the
low
past.
play. And it wrecks Econ.
Annihilation too. As soon as
And
Monty sees
maybe-
any contact, he could
Then
just
maybe they can
pull 100
get
Thieves
some
into
money.
a fight. And at close range, Plug would love
Double
that.
push
And
on
they're
top of
gonna
this.
get
Gravnet.
into
Guy's
U-Haul.
just
Derwin with
tanking the
buggy.
Gravnet. Oh
And
my.
even
They
tried
only
another
got one on
player
the way
in
here.
U-Haul, and
And he did.
now the Annihilation is gonna pull someone, and Plug are just dismantling anyone who gets in their way. And this is them having SMGs. And
I don't
they're
even
looking
know.
for upgrades too. 2 Vandals got picked up. You got a Showstopper. 100 Thieves are trying to be as quiet as possible, flashing in case someone from Plug was overextending.
Is Gravnet
Back
going
alley.
through walls too
Xander
strong?
Jiggle Peek
Probably.
through heaven didn't really see much. And it's really tough to retake when you just there's so many nooks and crannies to check at this A site. Smoke's
Whoa.
clear. Nothing stops 100
14
Thieves,
HP.
except maybe a Showstopper. And Jerwin
Yeah, and they didn't
still
they
has
didn't
that
check
ready
because
coming
of
out
it.
U-Haul, but
Honestly,
you
there
don't
is a
even need
world
it.
where
It's
the
a Intel Thrifty, the second
the
one
sonic
for Plug
sensor saves
to
him
get
there
up
by
to
tanking
11.
a bit of the
And
damage.
just to push.
There is a
Cryo
world. I
inside
don't know if the
U-Haul.
bullet would have hit him
I
in
mean,
the
that
head
net,
or
you were
what.
saying the attempt was to try to grab somebody
14
there, and they
HP
actually
is crazy
did,
unlucky. It
'cause the
felt like
net
he
does
fired
go
enough
through
bullets
walls,
there
and
to
actually
make it
just kept
happen.
him there, and you're just hoping that Cryo's
Yeah,
gonna be able to
they
win that
eco
fight against,
they
you
eco
know, the
them and then
swing
forced
that
them
comes
down to
through
an
from the
eco.
buggy of
They got
Jerwin.
one hero gun
Unfortunately,
and a
Jerwin's able to
Neonal
win that
and
upgrade
no
weapons,
armor.
and just it's going to be Plug flipping the advantage on their side, taking
I
control
think
of
that's such
U-Haul
a big
themselves and
round.
not really allowing
That's so
100 Thieves to
unlucky.
really
Dude, look at
rotate
these
back
two.
and
They're
retake the
farming
site.
them.
And now they're gambling, trying to go for some sort of a net, some information to stun here, even from Hookah, so that they could get the best out of the overdrive. And look at Plug, they avoided all of that.
You're so happy
So
with yourself for that one,
everybody gives up
Bacon.
towards
It's
Short A.
crazy.
You can re-hit it towards that side, although the idea is still going to be the same. Boostio is still there, getting ready to set up the fault line so that they could still have the same similar crunch on the A side, just not as aggressive as they wanted to on that pistol round. So Crowcell is just going to have to be selfless, pretty much, playing it out in the open and be the bait.
And T got a ping off his flash, maybe realizing someone's on the left side of the map, so Plug don't want to waste any time.
Yeah, you
and
gotta
it's first
solo win
blood.
this.
Jerwin on top of the box.
Keep
and
moving.
It's also
Keep moving.
janitor duty, cleaning
Oh,
up the entire
sucks when you-
site. He is netted.
Sucks when you gotta
22 HP.
perma crouch.
Asuna heard the swing, but couldn't do
Deadlock
anything about
zone
it.
in the neon.
3 versus 2 rifles versus a sheriff and a classic.
That's just so nice from Trustin
Huge
Plug
hill.
to play it
There's a rifle.
so slow.
He picked up the
Boostio right
classic.
next to him.
No shot.
It's just out in the open. He just couldn't go for it. But hitting a trade is still massive for Boostio against the odds. And now it's a dog barking on the other side of the fence. And Xander at least doesn't want to be revealed by that. Hey, got a headshot, but the classic's not going to be enough against Monty. He was not
5.
being healed by Teague.
Whoa,
1v2.
3.
Wait, Xander with the
Oh,
lucky shot
boy.
while moving, but Monty
God, they got
finishes
6
it up.
chances. 6
One round
chances.
away for Plug
Single a
to go
limb.
to the grand final.
And it was just so nice from Trustin Plug again. Like the idea
Yeah,
was
they are
already
doing good
drafted
stuff.
up for
They
100
actually
Thieves on
are.
how they want to crunch through. This is not a comp that I'm familiar so far in
I like their
what
comp. I
100
think their
Thieves have
comp's
brought
good.
out, and probably something that Plug has not practiced against. But they stayed far back, they avoided the haunt, and they waited long enough so that Boostio even steps away from his line. So when the actual hit came through, he had to react a little bit quicker. The fault line didn't get the best value.
Yeah, like,
and
look
then
at that
he
double
flooded
swing.
into
There's
the
no-
site,
you can't
and
get any
Asuna
more than
couldn't
one
get
there.
the best value out of the overdrive. Yes, he
The
got a double kill,
breach.
but that could have potentially be even
It's
more.
it's
if
just
it
like
were
their
even
whole
more
their whole
ready for
thought
that.
process
And
is
MSCs
we
around Cryo's
enable
speed that they're trying to do
right.
towards
How do
short.
we enable the
So,
neon?
man,
We play
they
breach on
now
every
have to
map.
try to come back.
Some fade.
A 6-round
Some
deficit for 100
Sova.
Thieves. And Trustin Plug, I mean, they got
I
econ
don't know,
galore.
the
they
breach
got
is just not
ults
good on this
galore,
map.
They could cycle off with
But
an
that's the full
orbital strike
process.
in a Viper's pit.
Am I
If they
worried about
lose
100
this round
Thieves? Not
here,
really.
This is going to be
The comps
a
are going to look
tough
different, so the
fight
way they're
and
going
a
to play
half
the game is
for
going to be
100 Thieves
different.
to try to push this back into overtime.
And I think Plug can
I think they might be the
dictate
team
pace.
that
They got
benefits the
Seekers
most
to just
from
run out
the
with. They got
neon nerf,
Annihilation.
so.
As soon as they get any contact, they just pull someone in, force 100 Thieves to play out of cover. And maybe that's where 100 Thieves want to dance. They got a Rolling Thunder. They can fight fire with fire.
Neon doesn't need
And even just
enabling.
pre-pit, if they kind of want to limit all the entries that Plug could be using. We've seen Xander, I think, pit at
I get what you're saying.
A main but he's over at B this time.
Yeah, and they're trying to be a little bit more aggressive.
It's impossible for them to lose this,
At least try to
surely.
get some sort of early info
Look
instead
at,
of being
they're
more
on the
reactive.
easiest
So
side.
both
They're about to
extremities
have
being
all the
jump spotted,
ults.
being peaked, and
Six
you're trying to
goes
react
at
out of
it.
that. Xander is gonna get spotted, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna get shot."
They got a comp that if they get deadlock over towards the site, they win.
And now Plug have to make a decision whether to fight through this pit. It all depends. And
Okay,
this
I mean,
pit is
this
pretty
is
far
madness
forward,
what they're
so there's
doing.
only
Damn.
one place you could expect Xander to
What?
be, and it's in
The-
the left
the
corner.
Boombot
or
kicked
in
the-
garden, and Plug already committed a dog
The
and
Boombot kicked
a
the
Boombot.
molly.
But then Plug hesitated on how to keep going.
I think that snake bite bounced off the boombot too, where Monty had a timing in there, but then
That's
unfortunately
just
he's gonna
cracking
stick
up
it out,
about
so
it.
he dies.
He was so eager to talk about it.
All right, Plug just decided to go around through hookah, ignore the pit after they were not successful at snuffing out Xander with the Boombot and the dog. Now Boostio can just be ready to Rolling Thunder as soon as they jump out. He's doing so
30 seconds left.
from the back of the site.
When 100 fees good at bind. I mean, yeah, it's different meta though.
As for now, you're fault lining into the Rolling Thunder as soon as you sense Plug, and
Dude,
it's Derwin that
100
falls
fees are
immediately
using
into
everything just to
never
get some
really used the
confidence on the go.
Seekers.
That's an overstep by
3v4.
Asuna, but it's okay because the
12
time.
seconds. Aner's smoked off. This round is cooked.
Got to save two, pretty much for the
Yeah,
last
I mean,
two
they can just
players,
save
and
all their ults though.
a good thing that time was on their side for 100 Thieves right after, because when Asuna went through to TP and died, I mean, if that was a round where Trust and Plug tried to sell some sort of fake, that was going to be a free A-side take and a plat there on their end. But Asuna felt the urgency that he needed to try to help out the team that, you know, they're 6 rounds behind and they have to try to convert this, and they can't lose that many players in the process. So with him dying, at least it's good enough because they're able to salvage 3 weapons.
End
on
of
top
last
that
season, they got
confirm
fanned
that
out on bind.
Trust and Plug were not
Yeah,
going for
I don't know
full
how.
right
I don't know
after.
what the right wording
well
is.
done
It's
for
very
Hades to
similar
waste off all
to
those
the
smoke and bug out.
Fnatic
I really didn't
Lotus,
give a
where
chance
everyone
for
just
Trust and Plug to
understood
go
how
for that
to
second
play
wave
it,
or
so
even
then
the
they
third
kind of
wave
knew
of
how to
re-hit
play
force that
against
B
them.
site. But again,
Whereas
we
it had
talked
that
about the
sweet
ultimate
spot of, like,
cycles
what,
that's still
2
very
months?
strong here for Trust and Plug.
Maybe not
Some
even 2
very
months,
strong
maybe like a
ones to
month
even
and a half.
flush out U-Haul and even try to
Where they were
take control
dominating on
here
bind.
of the back of
Just the fact
barrels
that
they've been using
Fnatic's
Monty with
Lotus
that
lost it
ult
for a
with.
whole year because
Yeah, 100 Thieves
mean,
have to be in
it was
prevention mode. You
EMEA's fault.
cannot let Monty on the post
Really?
plant. Now the Seekers, you know, one's in U-Haul, 2 at the back site. Plug being aggressive. They already got people shooting the Seekers.
That's
and
it,
Sherwood
dude. That is
still
it.
gets
And
away with
unless
that with
Asuna-
less than 20 HP
okay,
as a
that's it.
responding Nightfall came out from EU, but it was too little too late. Plug were established.
Brim
That's not
ult.
even the end. You had Annihilation. pull
Brim
down,
ult.
still an orbital
Brim
strike in the
molly.
back pocket for Bao.
We
He
got
sends 100
wall
Thieves
up, we got
backside.
Viper,
And
we
now you
got
a
Viper roll
post-plant
up.
pick.
That is
100
it done,
Thieves
dude.
gonna
Look at this
fight through
util.
this with no
Jover.
util, just Xander and EU.
Yeah, yeah.
An orbital strike 2 on the pulse plant, net to delay.
He crab nets him and runs away.
We gotta
That's
believe. We need
disgusting.
100 believers here. Xander in a 1v4.
Okay, 100 Thieves counting down the days for
got
the Neon
Monty
nerf.
Love
No doubt about
trapping
that.
around.
Am I worried for them? Not really.
Now taking a pitch, just knows he's running out of
It's
time.
not a good meta for them, so they're
This
super
is
happy the
100
changes are
Thieves
going on.
Falling against, yeah.
Okay.
Plug of all things.
100 Thieves
in map
off-season
3, after
stint is
100
short.
Thieves had such a good start on their map pick, an upset of the century, but
Oh, Sunset?
holy cow,
They
big congrats
didn't
to
practice
Trust and
Sunset
Plug.
much.
Dude, this is why I love these off-season events as well. I mean, you're